Year 7 in the governor's office is nearly in the books for Mike DeWine, and overall he says it was a good one. We sat down to talk about the wins and losses of 2025 yesterday at the governor's mansion, as well as where Ohio is headed for 2026. Here's what Governor DeWine had to say.
I think it's been a good year. I think it's been a good year for Ohio. We continue to bring businesses in. We're creating a lot of jobs in Ohio.
And with those jobs comes opportunity. Opportunity the governor says he wants within reach for Ohio's students. From his focus on the science of reading this year to scholarships for the state's brightest kids.
If you're in the top 5% of your graduating class, you get $5,000 for 4 years, $20,000. And you can take that to any college in Ohio, either an independent school or one of the state universities.
And that foundation of education starts the day a baby is born in Ohio. He says 412,000 kids get books every year through Dolly Parton's Imagination Library program, expanded by First Lady Fran DeWine.
When your child is born in the hospital, you can now check a box and your child will get over the next 5 years 60 books from the Dolly Parton Library free.
Mental health is another big focus for this administration, especially when it comes to kids.
If you've got a child who's in a mental health crisis and you don't know where to turn, you can call 988 and there'll be someone come who's a professional in that area to help stabilize your child. Within an hour, no matter where you live in the state of Ohio.
As for disappointments in 2025, the number of people killed on Ohio's roads is still a sobering statistic for the governor. DeWine says the death rate has dropped 11% since the state turned its focus on distracted driving. But seatbelt use is not where he would like to see it.
If you look at the fatal accidents in Ohio, half of them involve someone who did not have a seatbelt on. So you can just see it's a very disproportionate amount of people who die because they don't have a seatbelt on.
Property taxes are another area where the work is ongoing, and the governor says something has to change.
There's some people who are having to sell their house. They've lived there, they paid their mortgage off, they raised their kids there. Now the property values are going up dramatically, and they can't pay that tax anymore. That's unacceptable.
DeWine mentioned the diverse working group he put together to address the issue and says many of their recommendations are contained in 5 bills that are on his desk right now.
We're going through those, but they look pretty good. We'll have an announcement about that shortly, but those bills, I think, will give some immediate relief, but they'll also give some long-term relief as well.
And the work continues to support Springfield after the city landed in the national spotlight on immigration.
When they were getting threats in the schools, we put the highway patrol literally in the schools to make people feel better and make sure everybody was going to be safe. We've upped some different services from the health department and other things, but we're now into a different time.
And that different time is something we'll address in our next hour on 2 News. As we look ahead to 2026, Springfield's future is one of the major issues on the radar as the status of many of Springfield's immigrants is set to change in 2026. That and much more with the governor is coming up on 2 News at 5. 2026 is Mike DeWine's final year as Ohio governor. As we chatted yesterday at the governor's mansion in Bexley, I had a chance to ask him what's on the agenda for the next year and the legacy he hopes his administration leaves for Ohio. Here's what he had to say, starting with the changes that lie ahead for the city of Springfield in 2026.
February 3rd is fast approaching, and so Haitians who came here legally on February 3rd, the federal government says this group is no longer legal. Once that happens, companies will not employ them.
The governor says the state is already bracing for the impact of some 10,000 Haitian migrants losing their protected status come February. He expects that change to be felt swiftly in Springfield.
They're contributing to the economy. They're filling jobs that weren't being filled in the past. But instantly, one day, all that is going to fundamentally change. So frankly, I have big concerns about that.
Is there a plan in place?
There's really not much that we can do. This is a decision by the federal government. I wish they weren't making that decision. I think that it's one thing to get rid of someone who is a criminal. Let's get rid of them, take them out, send them somewhere else. But if you're talking about someone who's raising a family, they're working hard, they're contributing to the community. it's really going to have it'll be a big blow to the economy in Springfield.
Another hot topic on the economic front this upcoming year is data centers potentially moving into rural Ohio communities. Many are not happy about it, and the governor says it is their prerogative to put up a fight.
People in a community have a right to some extent, certainly control what goes into that community. So those are legitimate debates. If they decide they do not want a data center, I understand that.
On the other hand, he does not see data centers as an inherently bad thing.
These data centers bring jobs. First of all, they bring a lot of construction jobs come in, and that's important for the economy. Second, they also seem to attract other businesses who want to be located close to the data center.
But it is something the state will continue to keep an eye on, largely for the energy and infrastructure demands. He'll also continue to push for infrastructure growth across Ohio in 2026, from broadband to roads, although he does expect funding to be a challenge.
When I took office, the money that we were generating for our roads from the gasoline tax, compared to where we are today, that money buys about 30% less than it bought then. We've seen tremendous inflation in regard to road construction, road repair.
The governor says he sees a bright future for the Miami Valley with a focus on economic investment, much of it spurred on by Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Governor DeWine says he has a clear vision for the legacy he hopes his administration leaves behind at the end of next year.
Well, what I hope they remember is that, we focus on our people. We know that the greatest asset Ohio has is our people. And we've taken the steps to really realize that, make sure everybody can live up to their full God-given potential.
The governor says he actually has a countdown clock on his desk given to him by former Florida Governor Jeb Bush. It shows how many days and hours are left in his term. He says every day when he looks at it, it reminds him of how finite time is. And while he did not lay out any finite plans after 2026, he said the 28 grandkids will keep him and Fran plenty busy.